How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for the Fulham game taking place at the City Ground tomorrow. So, yeah, obviously, Forest are playing on a Sunday afternoon for this one. Obviously, Notts County were playing at home today, so I think it's to do with the policing and that sort of thing. They can't have the two Nottingham clubs at home on the same day, so we have been moved to the Sunday. We're playing against a very, very good team for this level in Fulham. A really good side. Obviously, they've got some fantastic players. Fabio Carvalho, someone who's burst onto the scene recently. Ivan Calviero, Tom Kearney, Alexander Mitrovic for this level is an absolutely superb striker, somebody who's going to cause so many problems for any defence in this league. So, you know, it's not going to be an easy game, but I do feel somewhat confident. I mean, obviously, you play Fulham and you're not expecting, you shouldn't really expect to win unless you're sort of West Brom, Bournemouth this sort of season. One of those clubs in and around that sort of playoff. Not really playoffs, in and around the automatic and champion sort of position. You don't really expect to beat Fulham if you're anybody else, really, because they are such a good side. But, the way we're playing, you look at that Tuesday night game, absolutely sensational. I mean, okay, we weren't great in patches. I didn't get to see the game because I was busy, unfortunately. Real shame. Real shame. Would have absolutely loved to watch that. From what I gather, we weren't great in some patches. In other patches, we were really good and should have probably have scored before we did. But that last 50 seconds, a penalty and the goal 50 seconds after the penalty, absolutely unbelievable. Imagine the scenes. I mean, if any of you were there, let us know down in the comment section sort of what it was like. I can just only imagine. It was absolutely unbelievable. Just absolutely mental, but yeah, no, the spirit in the camp is high. The belief in the boys, it's clear to see. I think, I just can't wait. I can't wait if I'm honest for the game tomorrow. I can't wait to see how it goes. Okay, you come up against Fulham and you shouldn't really be confident, but I am. I think the way we're playing of late, the way Cooper's got us playing and got us believing, I don't think there's many teams that can stop us. Fulham might be one of them, but I'm confident. Okay, they're a good side. Like I mentioned, some really good players. Fabio Silva, brilliant manager for this level. He did well with Watford in the Premier League, so almost kept Hull up when he took over from, I think it was Steve Bruce. So, he's a good manager. He's set up his team well. He's got a fair sort of amount of Premier League quality within that squad. I mentioned Tom Kearney. Alexander Mitrovic is one of those strikers who can do it in a championship, kind of struggles a little bit in the Premier League. They've got some really good players within the ranks. So it's not going to be easy, but again, I do believe we can do it. I think the two fullbacks for both sides are important, or I guess it'll be 4 fullbacks in total, but they're really important. I know Cooper highlighted those within his pre-match conference. He was saying, though, we're Nottingham Forest, we've got nothing to be worried about, we should go out there and play our game, and we'll see what we're able to do from that. So, if Cooper's believing in the boys, then there's no reason why we shouldn't believe in the boys. I think the back three are going to be really tested, I guess you could say. Pardon me. They've got a really good attacking set of players. Like I mentioned, Mitrovic, Cavallero, Carvalho. Just to name 3. Going from midfield, Kearney is brilliant. I think I've got Mario Lamina. They've got some really good players, but I think it's going to be tricky for the back three. But I do believe they've got what it takes to kind of not silence Mitrovic, because I think he will have chances, but I think that the three at the back maybe have enough to deal with him. McKenna's absolutely solid. Worrell, really, he reached the game really, really well. Figueiredo, he wasn't great under Houghton. Some fans are saying he has to go, but he's really turned things around under Cooper. So I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting battle. Our back three against their front three, or back five if you count in Spence and Lowe, which you probably should do, seeing as though they are, sort of fullbacks by trade rather than sort of wing backs, wide midfielders. But no, I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a real test of sort of how good we are, because okay, we've played against some decent sides under Cooper. Millwall, sort of a mid-table side. Barnsley, they're battling down near the bottom. Birmingham, sort of lower mid-table. Blackpool are actually doing well, to be fair to them. So that one was pretty good. Who was it? Bristol City. They struggled to win at home. I'm not saying they're bad teams, and we played against bad teams, so there's no surprise we won games, because in the Championship, every game is a difficult game. Every game's a tricky one. Every game, you're going to go into it where there's a possibility you could win, you could lose. But I think just the real test will start to come tomorrow. I think if we can ride the storm against Fulham, if we can come out with a win, potentially a point, I think might be acceptable for this one. But if we can come out with all 3 points, then we're really, really something to look out for the other side. So we're really a difficult team to come up against. But I do believe we've got what it takes. Whether we will come out with 3 points, I'm not entirely sure. Because Fulham are a really good side. But Cooper is making me feel like Forest are kind of unbeatable. We were 1-0 down with, what is it? I don't know how many minutes we had for added time. But we're 1-0 down in the 90th minute and we win the game. Against Blackpool last weekend, we go, we concede to make it 1-1. Then we usually heads would be gone. We would lose that game. We didn't lose the game. We kept going, got the win. Birmingham came out the traps and was fantastic. Went a goal down against Barnsley, won the game 3-1, quite convincingly. Millwall went a goal down, got a goal back to get a point. We are a battling side, a side that don't give up, a side that don't say no, don't lie down, or don't say no. I mean that by don't say no in terms of, we're not. I'm waffling. What I mean is we don't give up. That's basically what I was trying to say. But no. In terms of the game, I'm gonna go with Forest 2-1 win. I'm gonna say goals from Graben, and I'm gonna say another goal from. I'm feeling a Jed Spence. A Jed Spence goal. That'd be pretty cool. But no, I do believe we can do it. I think Cooper's got the fans believing, got the players believing in themselves, have that bit of confidence. I'm feeling a 2-1 Nottingham Forest, It might be controversial, it might be, I might not be in the majority of Championship fans predicting Forest to win. I think a lot of Forest fans will be predicting us to win. Because obviously the way Cooper's made us feel, the way the boys are playing. But I think 2-1 Forest. I'm going to say 2-1 Forest. In terms of the lineup for me, I think it's going to be a very similar lineup to the ones we've seen recently. I don't think the back five will change at all. So it'll be Samba, Spence, Worrell, Figueiredo, McKenna, and Lowe. I think the midfield two will probably be Colback and Yates. I think two players that got a lot of criticism under Houghton, they were really not fancied. And they've really stepped up and they've really done really well. And I think that the front three for me will be grabbing down the middle with Zinkernagel and Johnson out wide. But no, I'm feeling really confident. And like I say, it's a bit of a weird one to go into a game against Fulham, probably top 3 best teams in the league, alongside West Brom and Bournemouth. But we're coming up hot. We're coming in hot because. There's always that one team that starts off low and build up, and that could be us this season, because under Cooper we just look like a real solid outfit that are a problem for any side, and I'm really looking forward to this one. I can't wait to see how things go, how it plays out, and see what the result will be. So will Cooper make it 2 wins on the bounce out the City Ground? Will we make it 7 games unbeaten, 6 wins without a loss? I really hope so, and I really can't wait to see how it pans out. So if you did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already to Talk Forest TV, and come on, you Reds.